For today's mindful movement, you are going to want a sturdy pillow or bolster, and that's it. Just yourself. So we're going to start out by taking your bolster or very sturdy pillow and laying it long ways on your mat or your bed, wherever you are. And we're going to sit on the edge of the bolster. So I will be sitting like this. From here, we're just going to lay back onto the bolster. And we want to make sure that your head has a pillow to rest. So I'm actually going to move my hips off the bolster. You might play around with that. We just want to make sure your neck has support. What this means is, with my hips off the bolster, I'm going to use my glutes to keep my lower spine supported. So I'm working a little bit through the glutes, through the hamstrings. And that's totally okay. If you don't feel super stable, you could always do this on the floor with nothing underneath you. You could just have your back on the floor. What we're going to start out with is reaching your arms up to the chest and pretend like you're holding something between your hands. So I'm going to imagine that I've got a block that I'm holding in both hands. We're going to breathe in and reach the arms up over the head towards the floor, just to your level of movement. My shoulders are really open, so I can go pretty far. If your arms go to here, that's great too. If your arms stop here, that's great too. We're just going to work within the confines of where your body can go today. And we know that that changes daily. So we're using our breath to breathe in and lift the hands up, and to exhale and bring the arms over the head. And we're going to do about 10 of these. If you want to move on with a little more difficulty, we're going to engage through the lower abs to lift one knee up and hold. My bolster makes it a little more difficult to do this, but you can totally do this from the floor too. If your arms are starting to get tired and you need a break, you can bring your arms down to your sides. That's going to help a bit with balance too. And what's most important, we want to keep the lower ribs and the hip points pulled together. We don't want to let the lower back arch and drop to the floor, or the lower ribs to lift up like you're going into a back bend. If this feels easy, you could add the arms back in, and you could extend the leg and pull the knee into the chest. This can be a really nice active stretch. And if your body just needs to rest and restore a little more today, then you can pull the knee into the chest and gently move the knees side to side and falling off my bolster. Take whatever movement feels really good for you today. Sometimes our bodies need to move to process through the stuff we carry around, and sometimes they really need to just be nurtured and held and to know that everything is okay. So give your body what it needs. And know that you always have the permission to do that. Okay, wherever you are, we're going to go ahead and let our hips rest on the ground. Soles of the feet are going to come together as the knees drop out. And we're going to tune into our breath Hand on the belly, hand on the heart. And gently roll to one side. If the bolster's behind you, we're going to move it away. You might enjoy resting your head on it. We're going to take the arms into like an alligator mouth so that the hands are together. And the alligator, or maybe it's a crocodile, I'm not sure, is going to open its jaw. And we're going to roll the upper body back. The knees are going to stay pulled together and towards the chest. Upper back is just going to release towards the ground as much as is comfortable for you. Open that crocodile mouth, roll back, and then close the crocodile mouth. So before I started practicing play, I wouldn't have been able to make that really ridiculous analogy because I would take myself too seriously. So see if you can give yourself permission to come up with something that makes you smile and makes this movement feel less like you have to get it right and more like you can just explore what your body can do here. I have some nieces and nephews who have great animal noise ability. You could even play with noise as you're doing this movement. Our bodies need to let things go. And through noise, through movement, those are all good tools. Okay. So we're going to finish our last alligator slap. And we're going to turn onto the back. I'm just going to keep my head resting here because I'm only here for a moment. And we're going to reach our alligator fingers up to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers so that you have a fist. And then we're going to bend at the elbow and send the fist up to the ceiling. And the palms are open. Looks like this. We're just getting a nice stretch through the fingers, through the forearms before we do the other side. So to the other side, we're just going to roll right over. We're going to make our alligator mouth. I'm excited to hear what animals you've come up with. And we're going to rotate the other way. Knees are pulling into chest, legs are staying stacked. Remember to add in your breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Big inhale, come all the way back to start. Big breath in, get really tall through your side body. Big breath out, open through the thoracic spine. Big inhale to come back to start. And take a few more of those just on your breath. And when you're ready to move on, we're going to go on to the back again. I'm going to move the bolster out from underneath me and cross one ankle over the opposite knee. And then gently pull into your chest. And you could flex and point your toes, really curling. You could make circles with your ankle. And bend and extend the leg. Maybe you'll surprise yourself. You can wave your legs this shape. side to side. You could just hold. Just exploring where your body wants to go today. When you're ready, we'll do the other side, crossing ankle over the opposite thigh. If you like, you can pull the thigh into the chest. You can move gently side to side. Maybe this leg wants to wiggle the toes, make circles, bend and extend. Wave side to side. Maybe you have some other ideas of what your body wants to do. And see if you can give yourself some permission to play a little here. And finally, we're going to come to happy baby pose. We're going to take the hand to the outside edge of one foot. If this feels like a big stretch for you, you can stay right here with the other leg bent and on the floor. If you want to do a little more, take the other leg. And someone that I know and love likes to say, it's only happy baby if you're smiling. So let yourself play and approach this like a baby would. Babies don't care what other people think. Babies don't care how a movement is supposed to be done. You know, babies they just are. They're just there. So let yourself do here whatever feels good. Now, if your body has done enough, you can stay on your back with the legs lifting up, or you can come onto your stomach and do one more movement with me. So we're going to lie down. Forehead's going to come down, arms are coming out to airplane. We're going to bring one knee up to the chest, and we're going to press down into that same hand and sweep the other arm under, and then open the chest up to the ceiling. I'll show you that again. That hand will come back to the ground. I'll take my other arm out and send my leg long. One knee comes up to the chest, or toward the chest. Other arm comes through. Open the chest to the ceiling. Give that a try. I'll demo the other side. Give you a moment to play and to move, and when you're ready, you can meet me lying on your side, curling knees to the chest, resting your head on a pillow or your own arm. And as we breathe and notice the shifts that have happened in the body, I want you to think of one thing that you'll give yourself permission to do today, to bring in some play to your day. you can stay here as long as you like. As always, I'm so grateful for you for showing up, and I'm really proud of you for continuing this journey. I'll see you tomorrow.